Bombshell in Green Bay. 2025 roster projection cuts Super Bowl champ, exposing the harsh truth about the Jordan Love era. The Packers news today hits like the first cold front of October, sharp, full of anticipation, and defining what's to come. As the Green Bay Packers nation braces for the 2025 season, the debate is bubbling hotter than a cheese curd fryer on game day. The Jordan Love news is a whirlwind of hope and anxiety, and Matt LaFleur's decisions in crafting the final 53-man roster for a Packers playoffs run are as critical as a third down conversion in the final quarter against the Bears. The goal is singular: a Packers Super Bowl. But the road there, my friend, is paved with ice, sacrifice, and broken hearts. The Love versus Rodgers comparison is inevitable, but what's at stake is the future, not the past. Here in our beloved Wisconsin, where we learn to love the green and gold before we can even walk, we know glory doesn't come cheap. Why does the fan base never give up, even when it's 20 below at Lambeau? Because being a Packer is about living with your soul in the stands, even if your nose freezes before the second quarter. It's a faith passed down from generation to generation, like Grandma's secret recipe for Sunday chili. And it's with that faith and a dose of brutal realism that we dissect this roster projection that's already causing a stir. The offense, Love's redemption, and a necessary sacrifice. Quarterbacks: 3. Jordan Love, Malik Willis, Sean Clifford. No surprises here. The franchise has handed the keys to the kingdom to Jordan Love. Why do the Packers keep believing in him? Because the spirit of Titletown is built on rebuilding with faith, the same way they did with Favre and Rodgers. Watching Love let it rip is to feel history echoing. He's not Aaron, and he doesn't need to be. He needs to be the owner of Lambeau, and keeping 3 QBs on the roster is the kind of insurance policy every Wisconsin family understands. Running backs: 4. Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lloyd, Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks. Brace yourselves for brute force. Having Josh Jacobs running behind our offensive line is like unleashing a souped-up John Deere tractor on the opposing defense. Wide receivers: 6. Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, Savion Williams, Bo Melton. And here, the knife cuts deep. The bombshell, Mecole Hardman, who arrived with a Super Bowl ring on his finger, is out. Cut. Gone. If the front office thought he was a magic bullet, the reality of training camp was a cold splash of reality. This decision showcases LaFleur's philosophy. You don't live on reputation, you live on production. Christian Watson, our long-legged gazelle, will likely start the year recovering, which opens a massive door for the youth. Reed and Doubs are our solid foundation, but the real electricity might come further down the depth chart. And there's a rookie on this roster who's training like he's the next Jordy Nelson, and nobody in the media is talking about it yet. Keep your eyes on Savion Williams. The kid has the hunger of someone who wants to make a Lambeau leap and etch his name in history. Our receiver unit isn't a certainty, it's a promise. And in Green Bay, the Packers faithful take promises seriously. Tight ends: 3. Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, Ben Sims. The Luke and Tuck duo is the future. Musgrave with his gazelle-like speed and Kraft with a lumberjack strength are the perfect combination. Watching them both on the field is like seeing Santa Claus himself sleigh riding direct me into Lambeau on Christmas Day. Pure magic. Ben Sims rounds out the group with the reliability of a blue-collar workhorse. The wall and the fury, the trenches that define titles. Offensive line, 9. Rasheed Walker, Anthony Banks, Elgin Jenkins, Sean Ryan, Zach Tom, Anthony Belton, Jordan Morgan, Jacob Monk, John Williams. 9 giants to protect our quarterback and blast holes open for Jacobs. Victory in the NFC North always starts here. Jenkins is our general and all-pro in disguise. Morgan, the rookie, needs to learn fast that life in the NFC is not easy. For the Packers, a cohesive offensive line is more important than good thermal insulation in January. Defensive line, 9. Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Lucas Van Ness, Baron Sorrell, Kingsley Enagbrai, Carl Brooks, Colin Oliver, Warren Brinson. Gary and Clark are the terror of opposing quarterbacks. The defense holding the Bears on the 1-yard line is like Vince Lombardi himself descending from the heavens to command the sideline. But the truth hurts. We desperately need one more elite pass rusher. The hope is that one of the young guns, like Van Ness or the surprising Colin Oliver, explodes. Or perhaps Gutekunst will strike gold on the waiver wire. The heart of the defense and the last line of protection. Linebackers, 5. Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker, Isaiah McDuffie, Tyron Hopper, Christian Welch. Cooper and Walker form a young, fast, and aggressive duo. They're the kind of pair that gets fans out of their seats. Welch represents the soul of a player who fights for every inch, the kind of guy Cheesehead Nation adores. Cornerbacks, 6. Nate Hobbs, Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, Micah Robinson, Kalen King, Tyron Herring. Jair is our star, but depth is what will take us far. Valentine plays with an infectious passion, but the roster bubble here is cruel. King and Herring, especially Herring as an undrafted free agent, are playing for their lives on every snap. The truth behind the secondary's assembly, is it just about talent, or is something more going on behind the scenes? Safeties, 5. Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, Zane Anderson, Keaton Oladapo. McKinney was our marquee signing. He's the captain this defense needed. Bullard, the rookie, plays with the ferocity of a watchdog. The security of this unit provides a peace of mind we haven't felt in years. Conclusion: a team forged in ice and courage. This 53-man roster projection isn't just a list of names, it's a statement of intent. It's about cutting a champ to make room for a hungry kid. It's about trusting Jordan Love to lead the next generation. It's about understanding that the red zone offense sometimes looks more confusing than trying to build an igloo in the middle of a Milwaukee hurricane, but the faith remains. The game hasn't started, but the season is already alive in the halls of Lambeau. There's an us against the world mentality forming. If you love authentic content with the heart of a fan who survived the Brett Hundley era, subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. If we hit 500 likes, I'll drop a full analysis of why Jeff Hafley's defense will be the most aggressive we've seen in a decade. Comment below. Was cutting Mecole Hardman a courageous move by the front office or a mistake that will cost us dearly in January? And in the next post, I'll reveal what a former Packers player disclosed and why it could define our entire season. Cheese Green Faith, final controversial question. Jordan Love has the pressure of replacing 2 legends, but is he truly the future of the franchise? Or are the Packers destined for a new decades-long Super Bowl drought?